Hey guys, welcome to our first podcast.
Hello, Swiggy. Oh, you got my oregano, right? Sure, come.
Okay guys, so if you don't know about us, make sure you watch our intro video posted on our channel.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy the video.
What type of content do people actually consume? Do you have any idea?
I think people curate. I don't curate their content because the. How do people usually consume content? They usually use social media. Right? That's the most straightforward way in today's day and age that how they consume content. Like it's usually Instagram. If it's not in India, it's like TikTok or even YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Basically,
Right?
shorts more.
Shorts,
Yeah.
and
New
that's
form.
one of the things. Like it has decreased the content consumption span of people.
Before it was like 10 minutes. Now
Exactly.
it's
Not
like
even
5.
10 minutes. Like
Now
we,
it's like in seconds.
no, even
Yeah.
before that, we used to had people used to watch a whole movie,
More than 1 hour.
A whole
content
movie.
Actually, yeah, exactly.
a whole movie continuously. Like
Exactly.
now, people, they
Yeah.
just cut off the movie in the middle, not even in intervals. Like one
Right.
third of the movie, they'll be like, okay, I'll watch it tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
They don't complete it completely. It's irritating actually.
So this
It
is one
is.
of the reasons like web series are booming right now because people won't watch a 10-hour movie.
Yeah, they
If it's
just
split into 1 hour episode.
if it's episodes, yeah.
Yeah, they get more into the episode series whatever.
Yeah, and one more thing is like it keeps them waiting because the story doesn't end.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
there's
they-
a cliffhanger in between.
There's a cliffhanger,
Yeah.
and the suspense is always
They
there.
have to wait for another 6 to 8 months for the.
Not even 60 sometimes
Maybe
it's
years.
a
Sometimes
year.
years actually. Yeah.
But okay, coming back to content consumption and creation, like people don't create content that much.
Yeah,
I mean, they consume a lot of content.
Yeah.
95 to 99% of people, they just consume
consume
content.
content. Yeah.
Majority of the times.
Compare.
And even when they consume content, I think most of the content they consume is,
Entertainment,
based.
actually.
Lifestyle based.
lifestyle.
Entertainment, not just lifestyle.
Yeah, not just lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's-
Mostly lifestyle because vloggers these days are booming right now. So
Yeah, that is there, but majority of the what I feel is majority of the Indian audience or maybe anyone in general who consume content, they open any platform for just with the purpose of entertainment is what I feel. They don't focus on any particular niche is what I feel.
I don't feel so because see, I understand your whole point of having a topic and saying it.
Yeah.
But as of short form content right now, they have everything in. Basically, more of it is lifestyle based because people want motivation every day to do something.
True, yeah, that's it.
They want motivation and as entertainment as well. They just want an external source which can trigger happiness in them. Happiness,
Yeah.
satisfaction.
Yeah, true.
And as I was saying before, off the record, which was it gives them a dopamine rush.
Hmm.
It gives them a dopamine rush, which basically hooks them onto the content, doesn't let them leave, and that is why people endlessly scroll, mindless
Exactly.
scrolling, right?
Especially post-pandemic, if we take upon, like it has changed the behavior of people that they consume, like related to the content. As you said before, the focus on a particular long form of content has reduced very exponentially. Actually.
Drastically, yeah.
Yeah.
Very much. There are literally no long form content except podcasts right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
movies
yeah,
are also
movies-
people are avoiding movies right now.
Yeah, I mean,
If you have seen.
that's another thing. Movies are also on OTT platforms right now. Nobody
Yeah.
goes to the theaters.
They see movies whenever they're free. They keep it back.
Yeah, they
exactly.
just-
That's that one, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the point of not understanding how to create content is it's not a benefit. It's like how do you say it's a disadvantage because people don't know what content to create. At the same time, they don't know what type of content to consume.
Yeah, that's it.
If they're aware of that, like they'll be aware of, okay, how does this content, if I'm watching something, if it's a reel or something, how does that affect me? How does that affect my brain? Like if I look at the content, if the content is relatable, you're hooked on to it more.
Yeah.
If it's not relatable, it's something new, and you're like, okay, is it entertaining to watch, or is it too boring and informative? People usually skip the boring and informative part.
Yeah,
They usually go for the entertaining part.
They need a heavy voice for the boring and and what is it? One more thing you told.
The
Informative.
one. Yeah.
You need a heavy voice to it. If you have seen recent reels, there are only words which are being spoken, and there's a heavy voice telling that the whole thing. Then only we are like, oh, what is
Yeah,
this?
we can look at this in other perspective actually. Maybe it one of the reasons for people focusing on entertainment form of content. Maybe it's because of they are opening any social media platform, such platform like Reels or Instagram, whatever it is. They are distracting themselves from the actual boring life that they are
Living.
Living, yeah.
So they are just finding distraction through these channels, I guess.
I mean, not that we can judge that their life is boring, but
Yeah, of course.
the reason we tell that it's boring is because there's no productivity.
Productivity, yeah, exactly.
As per se, when you look from a third person perspective, and that's one of the reasons why we like to curate our content as well. Like when we are scrolling, I mean, everybody scrolls, right? But we should be mindful of what we scroll about.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
very much.
yeah, and
you don't
very
need
much.
to consume shit things.
Shitty things, yeah.
Yeah.
And
if you have seen TikTok, are proud Indian YouTubers. So yeah.
But the main thing is when we search for content, we usually search for content based on a topics we want to learn about, or even if it's entertainment based, we want some information in it.
So basically, we do most of the time we don't scroll just to learn about something what we want to know.
Most
Most of the time, but majority of the time, what people are doing right now is they're just doing it for time pass. They don't even know what they want to watch.
yeah,
They
they're
simply
just hoping
scroll.
to find something that
They just
that
scroll.
can satisfy their
Yeah,
hunger for
this is what
information.
is Instagram or any other platform is
Right now,
leveraging.
yeah, right now. That's what is happening right now.
They are pushing such type of content which
Imagine
people are
being
consuming.
Sasta Instagram everywhere. Sorry, Sasta TikTok everywhere. Instagram has followed that, and now YouTube Shorts. That is another shit story. So
I mean-
just because people are consuming short form content, right?
yeah, but still, too much is too much.
Too much is too bad.
Too much is
Of-
too much. If you keep seeing the same thing over and over again from different channels, what is the use?
Yeah, there's no use of consuming the same content again and again, and it's just like it's just gonna give you a repeated affirmation of the same content, saying that okay, this is gonna be engraved in your brain,
Yeah.
and
make
you
go
don't
mad.
you can't even like verify or authorize that okay, is this fact actually true, or am I
Or is
just
just
taking
dog
this as a source of information that is factually correct?
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
But I mean, facts or not, people don't usually go and search for the information and check if it's actually
It depends
correct.
on the credibility and the
Credibility.
trust on the influencer
Or the content creator, right?
yeah.
And talking about influencers,
Yeah.
that's one more thing. Like people, if people do curate their content, they curate it based on the person who's conveying the thing, not the information in actuality, right? It's like, for instance, if there are some people who are pretty good influencers on social media right now, people just pick a few, blindly follow a few of them, and be like, okay, I'm very much hooked on to their content because that person is the one who I like, not for the content.
Yeah, in future stages, like such influencers or content creators, after which they build a brand value or whatever, the personal brand, they collaborate with the same companies which they talked about. So their views change accordingly too. I've seen such content creators also. So that is there. So I guess this is one of the low lights of the freedom given to the creators right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally, rip people off, the audience off,
Yeah.
of their attention spans, of their interests, and try to,
They're just
cage
making
them.
money out of these things. So
that's
that's
another dark
creators
side
are
of
yeah.
milking money from their audience.
audience.
Audience. Literally.
Yeah.
What do you say? They have their own merchandise. They have their own special paid videos like on YouTube.
Yeah.
You get that membership and all for exclusives. What is the use? It is the same thing again.
Like a subscription to their
Do you
package.
take such subscriptions?
I've never even clicked on that thing.
Exactly.
I don't even know what that does.
Are you people so hooked on someone that you
We'll
want to
watch
know
30
so
second
much
ad.
about them?
We'll watch a 30-second ad, but not the premium subscription.
It's not about the premiumness. It's
No,
about
he's not talking about the
not
premium
talking
subscription.
about
He's
the
talking
premium.
about that the subscription
each
to
and every
the creator.
Yeah.
has their own private channel,
Yeah.
right? For that private channel to gain access, you have to pay money.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few perks, of course.
What is the perks?
There are few people, content creators, who are actually giving value to those.
That's what. Who are
perks,
they?
actually.
That's
Not who are
less
they.
than 1%.
Yeah, I mean, that's not majority, of course.
No, even if it's less than 1%, I can't. Until now, see, even though you said it, I don't think I've seen until now any perk in
There's
that
nothing
niche.
in it. There's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no.
Except
there's
some finance YouTubers. I'm not going to take
Yeah,
names.
coming to finance and YouTubers, sorry for interrupting. So, recently the Indian government has put the fin influencers, the financial influencers under the radar because they are evading taxes right now. So, they are minting money and they're not paying taxes.
Of course.
I mean,
They
yeah,
know
that's
the
one of the-
loopholes. That's the whole point,
No,
right?
Yeah.
it's not a loophole per se because it depends on the YouTube's paying methods. Like if
They're
you're
paying money for the YouTube, whatever money they're getting now, they're paying taxes for that. But they're offering extra courses for what, 200, 300 bucks.
oh, like the off YouTube.
Not
Off
just
YouTube
actually.
business.
We can track YouTube payments, but we
Yeah.
can't track Instagram payments, right? So,
And they
It's
have
not
their
for
own
payment.
private payment portals to get their own money, right? See,
Payment-
now they're offering your course. They're going to take payment for it. Right? They won't
No, I
take it
got
through
what
YouTube.
you're saying. Like
Ah.
an external website
Ah.
of their own where you
Yeah.
go for like those people where they give like 5-minute, 10-minute seminars of their long version of the course shortened into like 30 minutes, and they'll just do like a Zoom call for like 5-10 minutes.
really?
Yeah, they'll do a Zoom call for like 5 to 10 minutes. You go onto the Zoom call. They'll just talk a bunch of shit about saying like, oh, this is how my course is going to be structured. This is how it's going
They're
to be. This
going
is
to
how it's
talk
going to
about
be.
the course. They're not going to talk about what they are offering.
They won't even talk about the content in the course.
Content,
They'll just
they
be
don't-
like, this is the course I'm offering.
True.
This is what you'll do with it, and this is how you'll use it. But if you want the course, buy it from me.
Pay.
And you know the generic marketing
Yeah.
strategy, right? It's
Like,
like
you'll be getting spammed with those promotional messages.
yeah, that's one thing. And
Yeah.
the generic marketing strategy is like you overprice the course so much, and you just say like, okay, it's a discount.
Discounted,
If you
yeah, that's
buy
what
it
we
right
actually,
now.
yeah.
Buy it right now within the Zoom call or within 12 hours or something, and you'll get a good deal.
Yeah.
Which is a really bad scam, according to us.
It is.
That's a really bad scam. But and that's one of the dark sides of content creation and content consumption. Now, but what do you guys think? How should people be consuming content right now?
So basically, they have to know what they like, and they have to stick to it. And it should be like it is adding value to their life.
The problem with people knowing what they like is that their likes are based on how they scroll. It's not vice versa.
The whole problem is they have dedicated their lives to they have seen some dream. Okay, basically there are content creators who do that.
Influencers, yeah.
They put reels, they put photos saying, "Oh, my life is like that, like this." The people try to follow that, even though they don't have that much power in their pockets. They still want to pursue that, forcing all the people around them to, hate
No,
them.
I got that, but
Hmm.
the thing you told about likes, right? I think he got it, right?
Yeah, actually, given that the variety of content available now, you name it, there's a variety of that particular content available. There is a particular influencer talking about that. So maybe people, if they choose a particular niche, they'll be getting such related content on their screen. So maybe we have to choose.
See, I can give you an example about this. So let's take finance, right? So if it's of money, like there are good financial influencers, and there are people who, as I told you, like just scam people and say, like, buy my course, you'll learn how to do make money,
or become a millionaire.
maybe become a millionaire,
Yeah.
something like that. And they'll just post like really good, car photos and videos of aesthetics, like full millionaire lifestyle and all this stuff, right? They just post it and be like, people. That's where people will be more drawn towards because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It spikes the dopamine levels and it keeps them hooked on.
And everybody
But
wants
the
it.
actuality, everyone
Everybody
wants
wants
it.
that lifestyle.
Everybody
na?
wants it. But the actuality of the good content that has to be consumed is actually boring. That content is
Exactly.
actually boring.
Like people want the end result, but not the content.
Yeah, they focus
which
on the
explains
output.
process. Yeah, they
They
focus
don't
on the
want the
output.
hard work. They want results.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
focus on the process.
So that's the
They
reason
focus-
such type of content are not being promoted via Instagram's algorithm also. For example, if we take on Instagram.
I mean, yeah, that algorithm is dependent on how you like what type of content you like,
What type of videos we save actually.
save,
Yeah.
and we share, and pretty much who we follow. Because if you're following the wrong people, obviously it will be connected. It will be a chain reaction.
Mhm.
If you follow a particular person who's like just not to per se say a scammer, but in general who is not providing value to you as the audience, you people who follow him or who he follows, he or she or whatever, whoever it is, follows, that graphical area of users will be a content creator base for you as an individual who will be consuming content on your end, and basically you'll just be exposed to all of their connections. So it'll be a chain reaction. You can't stop it. If you want to stop it, you need to manually cut off certain connections, like unfollow or stop sharing or stop viewing them or
You have
stop
to give
viewing.
input to the algorithm only.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like this.
Like you
content,
need to
please
change
don't
your
show this.
input.
Yeah, recently it's being available. Like if we can mention that we are interested in that particular type of content or not.
No, you
Yes,
can't.
we can actually.
No.
I've seen reels like there is a option of we can choose that particular if we are interested in that type of reel or not.
Oh, that's what you already get the reels.
Yeah.
Then only you
If
can
we
choose
are
if you
not
don't want to
interested,
see or not. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
it stops us from looking at that type
That's
of
the
content.
type of.
Yeah, so that's there.
I mean, that's about reels, but the better part is YouTube. Like YouTube,
Yeah.
even though people go and YouTube gives you a couple of content which based on what you've already seen, people don't usually do that. Like people who are just on YouTube and if they scroll videos on YouTube, they just scroll for like 2 to 3 tries and stop because they don't. It's a whole video. It's not a reel.
Yeah.
They don't have the patience to
Yeah.
click on it,
And time.
watch the whole thing, and be like, okay, this video is not according to
Right.
my liking or something like
Just
that.
skip in the middle.
But what do people usually do on YouTube? They just search for the content they want.
Directly they do. They don't even depend on suggestions.
That's the
Yeah.
main difference between YouTube and Instagram or TikTok.
Right,
Right.
of course, yeah.
Main difference is people have the patience to watch 10 to 20 seconds or 30 seconds or even 60 seconds of
Yeah,
videos.
the people like the type of audience who go on YouTube and Instagram, they're totally different. Like if we could talk about ourselves, we consume different type of content on YouTube and Instagram. We look upon like informative videos compared to Instagram on YouTube actually.
But Instagram, we used to use it to watch content that is related to what we search on YouTube.
Yeah.
We try to our best, but we won't get it completely.
We won't get it, but
because
we also get news related to that content, global news or something like that. Not the news, general news which doesn't even concern us. The news which actually matters, like which affects us, socially, economically, politically, whatever it is. It affects our lifestyles. That's the news we usually watch on Instagram or even read. Yeah, recession is
That's
an
one.
example. But I mean that's the thing, right? So when you search for content, that's how we search. But
Yes,
how should people actually go about that if they're sucked into the algorithm? What do you guys think? What should they do first if they want
need
to
get out
out?
of their mindset. Of that.
But they're sucked into the algorithm, right? How do they get out of
Awareness
it?
is important right now. Coming to this, like if people, we can't change Instagram's algorithm. I mean, they are minting money, or maybe they are using that disadvantage.
It's not about the money. It's about the mind. It's about people getting hooked on. When
Yeah.
people get hooked on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What they do is they become so obsessed that obsession doesn't let them even change their mindset. It's like,
Exactly.
okay, this is my content. I am like this.
Mhm.
Like it's changed their whole personality.
Right.
That's the problem.
The
So
thing they have to get out of it. They shouldn't mold their personality based on what they are seeing for entertainment, not for motivation. If you are seeing content for motivation, curate your whole life around it. There's nothing wrong with it. But just for entertainment, whatever you are seeing, don't curate your life based on that, because it is going to hurt you and your family at the end.
I mean,
That's
one
so
of the main things is
Yeah, of course. See, I like superbikes, right?
Yeah.
So I can't go force my parents. Oh, I like superbikes, buy me superbikes. No, I have to see the usage of what I'm going
so
to do
it's,
right now.
it's basically a balance between digital presence and
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
People have to like
Because in
make the
digital
difference between
space, people do things which we don't know just for that one video.
Mhm.
We see that video and be like, oh wow,
Yeah.
we want such a thing, and we can't, put all our life savings or anything into it. Let it be any.
I mean, we need to plan it.
Of course.
And you can't say that, oh my god, my personality is based on I'm like this. I won't
I
change.
mean, that's one of the things about being YOLO, right? You only live once.
That
I mean, that's a really
That doesn't work.
widespread. It doesn't
That
work.
doesn't
It doesn't
work.
work.
doesn't work.
I mean, it works for the present. It's
No,
not a
it
long
doesn't.
term. It's not a long term
It
decision.
gives you temporary happiness.
That's
at
what I'm
that
saying.
point.
That's
That's
what I'm
all.
saying.
People take temporary motivation from that also. Like
There's no motivation. in that.
people take motivation.
There's
from
no
that.
motivation.
If you see look at the end goals that they are achieving in day-to-day lives.
Okay, wait. You're talking about the end goals right now,
Yeah.
right? What about the hard work? What actual people have done in between?
Exactly.
And see, basically,
agree.
what I have seen is people like our age. We are not still earning. We are still
Yeah.
under our parents' wings, right? What our age people are doing right now is they're forcing their parents to do stuff for them just for the sake they have seen content on the social media or anything, so that they want their life like that.
And their content creation is based on that.
Yeah.
That is the thing we were talking about, right?
Yeah,
So
actually, yeah.
when creating the type of content that has to be created,
Mhm.
that is what they're creating. They're creating the
What
they're trying to remake other people's output so that their lives appears like that,
In
and
the
they
digital
get the dopamine
Yeah.
rush from their own life,
Yeah,
their
exactly.
own content. Sorry,
Yeah.
but that doesn't work. That's
It doesn't
again,
work.
it doesn't satsify them. It doesn't fulfill them.
Again,
they
it would
can't
be like
achieve the
something
same-
is missing.
Yeah,
Even if
something
they
is missing. Something
yeah.
is missing.
Yeah,
We'll
even
see
if
one
they-
more creator what
even if
they're
they
doing
remake
based
the
on.
same
Oh,
content.
he's doing that.
And it becomes a
Yes.
chain reaction.
Yeah. Even if they remake the same content, they'll not be getting the same engagement actually.
Yeah, they
Again,
will.
they'll be disheartened with the likes, comments, or the shares of that particular reel they've created. So that
Oh
is
my god, I
another
didn't
low,
get
right?
this many likes this time.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's one of the reasons why mental illness is a very big thing
Yeah.
right now in today's day and age.
You have to control your emotions, man.
Yeah, it takes a huge toll on your emotions, and it becomes a huge digital overload on you. Like chain reactions of not being satisfied with the content you're creating just because you're focusing on the output, and that content or the output is based upon other people's output.
Yeah.
And you don't actually see the process in that.
Right.
And in real life, since you're so hooked on to the digital content, in real life you're losing all the resources which you already have to live a long
Right,
life
of course.
properly.
They are exhausting.
At least to curate your life, like at least what your parents are telling, that they won't do. It won't be a whole thing because you're in your own way trying to get a thing where you have no credibility.
Yeah, all these is happening to the majority of people who are belonging to the age group of maybe teenagers actually.
Bro,
Majorly
from
teenagers
from
right now.
13 to 26 people are suffering like this.
13 to 26, yeah. I mean,
Actually.
people after 26 or even 30, they're like, oh, I should not have consumed that kind of content. Like,
They're
it
like,
was,
we
it was
shouldn't be
total waste of
influenced by
time.
that. We did a mistake. We
It was a
wasted
total
our
waste
time.
of time. So basically, people are starting what it used to be. People used to start their life in a proper way when they're 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
But now it's like 28. It's 10 years down the line. 10 years they're wasting trying to achieve the output rather than focusing on the process.
What I feel is like maybe people who are crossed mid-20s, they are realizing or maybe they're aware of the content they have to consume. Is what I feel. I mean, mid-20s is the
No one is Nischay. No one is.
Yeah, even
They don't know what they want.
mid-20s is kind of difficult. People are still like hooked on to content and stuff. And it again depends on their emotional presence, levels of maturity and emotional presence. So I mean, basically what we're discussing is like people need to be aware of how they're navigating their digital overload. I mean, we're not saying that don't be present on social media, don't
That is
consume
very
digital content.
important right now.
It is important.
Consume content, but don't base your life completely on that content.
Off of it, and consume it according to something that is going to be productive in your real life.
Exactly.
have limits.
Apart from like what we discussed before about curating our content or personalizing our content that we watch, we have to make that particular difference between what we consume and what we are comparing it to making it relatable to our actual life, and not just copy paste.
Yeah, that's what we're telling now.
Content, right?
Never copy paste. You have your own life, get along with it, but don't make it like, oh my god, this is my life. I have to be living like this. That's why I need all this in my life. Don't make it like that.
No, you can make it a goal. You can make
it a goal.
Make it an aim. Make it a goal.
But work towards it. Don't
even the process, right? Even the process, they try to copy it.
Yeah.
You can't copy the process because you don't have those
each and everything is different.
initial conditions.
Yeah.
You don't have the initial conditions. You
The
don't have the
backgrounds are
same resources. Your background is different. Your education is different.
Everything is different actually.
Everything is different.
Yeah.
So you can discuss it with people you know who have varied backgrounds. That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
We have varied backgrounds, but we still discuss of how we can go about it.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons we started this. This is one of the things where we can discuss about our own selves, our own experiences, and say that okay, this is how each of us individually are living, and taking about the process.
Exactly.
And if there is something good in you which you're doing in your process, or which you are doing in your process, I can implement that in mine.
Yeah, same. Yeah, exactly.
If it fits
If it
properly
works
like a
with you.
puzzle piece.
If it
If
works,
it works. If it works with
that's
me.
the main point. Yeah.
If it works with me. So that's basically how we should be looking at content consumption.
Right.
And generally in relating digital content and real life, because when you consume content, you gain some point of information, and that information has to fit like a puzzle piece in your life. If it's not fitting, you should not be like, okay, I'll try to make it fit. You just break the board. Doesn't work. Or just change the board. You need to
you have to either completely change the board, or you have to have proper puzzle pieces.
Pick what you need to do.
Yeah.
Based
You
on the
may
output
have
you want to
a
achieve.
little bit of problems, about your own puzzle pieces, but it's fine. Not everything is perfect, but get the
So
proper one.
it's basically about making decisions, right? So
Yeah.
whenever you watch every single reel you watch, you make a decision of either you accept that content or reject the content.
Mm-hmm.
So every single decision matters, right?
Yeah.
So if you accept a certain type of content, you're basically engraving that in your brain and saying that okay, this type of content is gonna be influencing my daily life, and if that is influencing my daily life, it's gonna influence my daily habits,
Oh, yeah.
which is gonna influence my daily decisions,
Yep.
which is gonna be a chain reaction to how I'm gonna be going about the process in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Any process it may be,
Right.
like work, personal life, whatever it is, health or something. So that's basically it, right? So
Yeah, of course. We've talked about all the negative part of the content that people are consuming. Let's talk about the positive thing that is helping people. Via
People
this
are getting
content.
direction in life because of all this content.
direction in life, but you need to choose which direction you need to go.
Yeah,
This is the thing that is up to your decisions, because that is your responsibility at the end of the day. You have all types of niches. Whatever you want, you are going to choose. If you choose the right one, it is good for you. If
I mean,
you choose the bad
you're
one, it is
exposed
bad
to
for you.
more things initially
Yeah.
beforehand. You don't need to wait to be exposed to different things at once.
Yeah.
That's
Whatever,
why.
if you want to search, you search, you'll get anything.
The reach is more actually. Like any particular content is reaching more and more people every
Yeah.
part of the world.
And if you know what to search for, where to search for, and from whom to consume the content,
That's
It's
the key.
even more
that's
better.
the key
That's
thing.
the
That's
key,
the key
yeah.
metric of consuming content.
Mhm.
Like what, where, and who.
Yeah.
What, where, and who.
Mhm.
So if you can balance those three key metrics properly, I think you can curate a really good content for your own life, personalize it such that it actually increases the productivity in your life.
Yeah.
like how do you measure the productivity in your life if it's actually increasing? Your health is getting better, you're making progress
There's
in
personal
earning
growth
money,
actually.
personal growth in
is a
general,
basic,
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, according to me personally, I would say watching people make videos about fitness or making money in a good way, like who actually talk about the negatives of the making money,
Mhm.
like of the process.
Yeah.
Say that okay, this is how it is in real life. It's not all sunshine and rainbows in the process.
Yeah.
Like
People
you have
should
to
know that.
you have to be awake all night, you have to be working 24/7.
Yeah, right.
It's not, even
Hard
if it's
work
not a
is
9 to
key.
5 job, it's a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
Even this has to be realized by the content creators and the influencers these days, like who are coming up right now. They have to show the process that is being built.
Yeah.
They're not just focusing on the end result. People must be aware of that too.
People don't want to show their hard work, bro, because they don't want people to copy them.
They cannot
No,
copy.
that's not-
Even if they try to copy,
See,
they're
the
not
thing-
successful in the same
see,
way.
There are people who have the same resources as that person, right?
Yeah.
No, see, there are
Similar
different,
resources.
similar resources. They are going to use it and they're going to copy a person.
Even if they copy, they are ahead of them who are copying. Like,
Yeah, but they have a head start on. They have a full user guide on how to do it already.
Yeah.
that's
That's
not
true.
a problem.
That is a
what I feel.
problem.
It's not a problem. It's a tool that they have in their
They are given it to
Yeah.
the general public. People don't want to do that. Why will they? They'll charge you money for that. That's what content creators are doing right now.
No,
Yeah,
even
even-
there are people who put their hard work out there, but
Not
the
completely.
audience doesn't actually want that.
Yeah.
Because they're used to people not giving the
Yeah.
real thing.
Yeah.
So if there is like a rare occasion of you actually getting the real thing,
Mhm.
people will be like, oh, I don't believe this.
Yeah.
It's like that story about the kid who yelled wolf all the time, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
there was a I think most of the kids know the story.
Yeah.
Like there was a kid who was a sheep
Shepherd.
shepherd
Shepherd.
who was a shepherd.
Yeah.
And there was another kid who used to yell
There's a lion or something. Okay.
there's a wolf wolf all the time.
Wolf.
And he used to falsely yell wolf,
Yeah,
wolf,
and
wolf.
all the villagers used to come for their
Villagers
help,
come.
and
He'll be like,
it'll
it's a
oh,
joke.
prank.
Prank.
Oh.
But when the wolf actually came and it ate all the sheep and stuff, he actually yelled wolf,
No one.
and
cared.
no one cared, and the wolf also attacked the village.
Right.
So it's like that, right?
Mhm.
Nobody cares about the actual content when the actual like the process thing is out there.
Mhm.
But and it's really hidden somewhere. It's like in a black market or something, in the
Yeah.
black market of content.
Basically, it's like notes. If you give it for free, no one cares. If you put a price tag on it and sell it, yeah, people
Yeah,
are
that's the
going to
mentality. Yeah.
because people think there is value to it.
It's like buying a luxury
Ah.
product.
Yeah.
Luxury
It is the same thing, same puss.
I mean, yeah, that's basically it, right?
So
So
what about the future of content? Like, where are we heading, or where is the
You can
creators
never
heading?
know where you are heading because there is content in all directions.
there's content in all directions. It depends on how the audience goes about it again.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
the
Mindset.
audience glorifies the content.
Yeah.
I mean, there are changes that is happening right now. Like, it's not stable. The content that is being created.
It's
That's
not
why
stable. There's
the
too many
whole-
difference in opinions.
Yeah. The whole thing right now is going towards short form videos. So
Exactly.
whatever you express in those 30 seconds or 45 1 minutes some video, that is the whole content a person is consuming from that video. That's all.
Yeah, the whole point is like,
So-
final question lies in: do we actually need this change? Is this what we are requiring right now?
No, I don't. I personally, I don't think
People
a
are-
short video
people
is
are just-
valuable.
Exactly.
Because
That's what they are saying. Like,
psychologically, it decreases at times attention span,
yeah,
and
People are in a hurry, bro.
people are in a hurry.
yeah.
They
This
don't
affects
want-
their personal life too, and people are not aware of this actually. I mean, they are just focusing on the short form of reels or content, and their attention span is reducing, as you said before. And this is affecting their life too. I mean, they are not able to focus on their important tasks of their lives properly, and they require more often breaks actually. So that is affecting their personal life too.
I mean, yeah, the thing you talked about breaks, right?
Yeah.
That's a major issue right now.
Exactly.
People are see, it should not. It should be when you're living life or when you're consuming content. It should be natural.
Yeah.
People are like forcefully taking breaks just to be offline from that activity.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need to force yourself to be natural? Natural should be natural,
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
What?
right? So, but
If you have seen generally, if there are like, if let us take us three only, we have a small time gap. What do we do? What do we do?
I mean, yeah, we do scroll.
Yeah.
We do
We
scroll.
scroll, yeah.
Everybody
That's
scrolls.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what people are doing right now.
But we are actually like we are.
Bro,
we know
we
like
are-
how much time should we spend in that particular?
Yeah, we are controlled in that matter.
The
We
point
don't
is,
get hooked on to things.
even though we've seen so many things, like I mean, everybody at some point in their life was in a stage where they were consuming content which was, a waste of time.
Yeah.
And we also did that. But the point is, our realization was so, blatant and in a way significant that we actually realized that, okay, even when we consume, when we are scrolling and we arrive at a content which is, similar to that, which is not even valuable, we'll feel, why are we even consuming this? We won't even see it.
Yeah.
Why are we
It's
even
so
seeing
boring.
it? Why are you even seeing it?
Yeah, why do we even see? We don't even
I'm
see
bored.
it. We just skip it, and if the same type of content comes for like the next 2 to 3 scrolls, we'll just be like, oh, there's nothing to watch,
Yeah, that's
and we'll
because
just
we
close
have,
the app.
Yeah, that's because we have created a mindset properly.
Yeah, we've created, we've
We know what we want.
yeah,
Exactly.
We know
we
our
know what we want.
expectations.
If it's not in that, we'll just stop. We'll just close the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just be like, okay, let's listen to music.
Yeah.
Music is better than everything.
Music is better than everything.
Get a playlist, you're done for the day.
Or
Put
a
somewhere-
podcast.
Or a
Like this.
podcast.
Like this.
Yeah, it works.
But yeah, I mean, content creation, future of content creation and consumption. That is pretty much it. Base it on your interests and curate content which you consume or create
Yeah.
based on what people benefit from,
Mhm.
and if it brings value into your life, the audience's life.
Do it.
Just
That's
just
one side from the perspective of the creators, right? But from the perspective of the audience, like we must be aware of what we consume. Coming back to the same answer, actually, so it is a two-way.
It's a two-way
Two
street.
ways.
Two-ways.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street.
It's always two ways.
Yeah.
If you're considering both creation and consumption.
Yeah.
If it's just
But
consumption,
consumption basically is like your decision. If you want to exceed in your life, see good content.
and that's
No?
the most prevalent one, bro. That's the most prevalent one. That is the reason we're talking more about consumption than creation.
Mhm.
And that's why we are creating.
We are creating this.
We are
podcast.
creating.
Yeah.
We are
And-
bored of all the fake content. On
We're bored of all this free content, and we're like, okay,
So why
let's
not?
actually talk about something that is real
Yeah.
than something
And
which
why
is,
not? We have
is
time
scripted.
time at our hands. One day.
You have time at your hands.
Please.
Yeah.
You don't know how busy I am.
Right.
You don't know. You people think I'm jobless. What to do?
You are jobless.
I'm not
You
jobless.
don't have
jobless.
time management. You don't manage your time.
Oh please, he told 2:30 today. I'm here at 2:30. You people were not here. Don't talk about time management
Oh,
with me.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, these guys will be shouting about like this. We're gonna end the podcast. Thank you guys for listening to us and watching us. And
Join us again.
Yeah, join us again in our
We
next
would love
video.
your views on the same. Actually.
Yeah, well,
Comment
let
down.
us know in the comments
Yeah.
down below, and
Yeah.
also let us know what you guys want us to talk about in the future
We
videos.
are open for anything
We're open for suggestions.
except explicit content.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah.
Except explicit content. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. We'll see you guys in our next ones.
Very
Bye.
soon.
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 Yeah.
Hoping.
Soon.
Hoping.